Ladies and gentlemen, shalom to everybody in the chat. Good to see you all. For the last few weeks, I've been telling y'all how I go over on TikTok and I see these Gentiles boo hooing and crying all over the video, or they're complaining that life ain't the same anymore. And we all heard what Donald Trump said about how it was rigged in court, and we've been complaining about that stuff forever. We were never heard. When we were struggling, nobody cared. When we were getting a raw deal up in the courts, the judge wasn't fair to us. The prosecution was not fair to us. The jury is not fair to us. The police officer's not fair. If everybody was fair, you would not see all of the exonerations that we're looking at all the time. They'll treat us any old kind of way, put fake charges on you, claim you could have committed a crime that never happened. That's how we've been treated. Trump, as far as I'm concerned, got it easy in comparison. Who the hell in our community can get 34 indictments, one indictment, and walk out of a courtroom and go home? So he's still got privileges. But it's amazing how now all of his people are running around talking about how bad the courts are. Well, the courts are bad because your people are the ones that set these courts up. Who the hell you think set the courts up? Y'all did. So no, you don't get to come and talk crap like we understand Trump because of his convictions. No, we don't. The vast majority of the black man. So what Trump, his sons, and this MAGA crowd is saying is black people are all criminals, so they understand Donald Trump. That's a damn lie. The vast majority of us don't have criminal records. It's a small percentage within our group that do. But this media, Donald Trump, his sons, the MAGA crowd are all trying to imply that we understand people because of a criminal record. How insulting is that? And you want this same group of people to vote for you. But this is the idiot stuff. They are running around saying we should never, ever be accepting that from any political candidate. I don't care if they were running locally or they're running on the national scale. We should never, ever accept that. When the hell we run around here? Oh, I understand that murderer. I understand his charges. I like that dude. When do we do that? Never. Never. Oh, oh yeah, that drug dealer over there. I understand that dude. When he get charges, I understand. When the hell do we walk around talking like that? Oh, that dude around there that kidnapped a child. Oh yeah, we understand. He got them charges on. Oh yeah, we understand that dude. He's cool in the community. Every time they say it, it is a huge insult. It's a huge insult. I mean, oh, that woman down the street, she pickpockets people. Yeah, she done been charged a couple of times. Oh yeah, we understand that, sister. We understand what's going on with her. Get out of here. We don't sit around talking like that. I mean, these people, it just goes to show you they really truly don't know us at all. And they have, in all the years they've been alive, they have never taken 3 seconds out of their life to really get to know the black community. And this stuff that they're running around saying is living proof. And anytime people don't care about getting to know you or know what you're all about, those are people that you should not be mingling with at all. Mm-mm. What the hell you want to mingle with them for? But that's the stuff they're saying. It's so bad here in America. Even the immigrants are whining that they're working and working and working and still don't have no money. So I'm going to show you this and we'll discuss it further. So I got some videos I'm going to have you view. One is of a white man, one is of Donald Trump, and the last one is an immigrant that's complaining about how he works all the time and never have money. See, these folks had it easy all this time. They had it easy. They had little problems here and there, but it never added up to what we were going through. So, why do the heathen rage? Why? Well, let's find out, y'all. Shalom to everybody in the chat. How you doing, Terrain? Good to see you. All right, y'all. Here goes. All right. Please give me a 1 if you can see the screen. Before I get started, please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. All right, y'all. Let's do it.
I just watched a video from a Gen Xer who feels like she just woke up. How did we get here? I bought it all. I bought a house. I went in the army. I served my country. I'm disabled. I'm trying to get 100% disability because of my pain, and I don't medicate with morphine. I work every day. I have to. At one point in my life, in the not so distant future, I could afford my home with my wife, and now I have 2 roommates. Like, when only 5 people have all the money, and they just print it when they want to, and they just send it away to places that they have special interests in, because this whole world is led by evil fucking corporations that feed us fucking garbage. Come on, man. The very first, I woke up and saw it all for what the fuck it is. I fought for this shit. I believed it. I thought 9/11 was fucking real. What a fucking joke, man. You think Baltimore was fucking real? You think that bridge just collapsed like that? And the same motherfucker, and I went in the army because 9/11, the same motherfucker had an insurance policy on a bridge that randomly got blown to bits by a boat in a fucking building. Has anybody ever thought, yeah, 2 planes hit those 2 buildings, but that fucking building just collapsed with no plane hitting it? Meanwhile, passengers like me who want to fight for America take a fucking terrorist out. It was bought by a fucking corporation to do this in the beginning. They crash somewhere else. Maybe that plane was supposed to hit that fucking building and they could explain that one away. What has happened to our fucking country? My friend just told me that his good friend is down in Panama. He's like an ex-CIA SF guy, and he's watching people show up in hundreds and hundreds because there's no passport or immigration rules in Ecuador or some shit like that, and they walk the Darien all the way here, man. This is designed. It is like a fire sale right now. They are fucking printing money, and our whole money system is built on debt. It's a joke. It's the world's greatest Ponzi scheme that they have convinced the masses to just do whatever the fuck they say. I'm a woke motherfucker now, dude. And I am Gen X. And I played in the streets until the fucking lights came on or it was dark. And if you weren't home, they were coming for your ass. And they knew where you were. I never had a phone. The internet came about and I was like, fuck that shit. I resisted computers. I just went to work and exchanged my time for money that they took in tax 50% of and sent it elsewhere for evil designs. People, we somehow have remained politically silent, being okay with our little bubbles that we create. I think that's what Gen X does, is create bubbles that make it okay to live. And what we're seeing as part of this waking up is the fact that we can't live in that bubble anymore. And this is why. I'm so fucking fired up. This poor lady has worked her whole life. And her and her husband just admit to the whole world on TikTok that they can't pay their fucking bills. I say we boycott them, and I say we hit them where it hurts. I want everybody that sees this to follow Cancel My Clothing subscription or some shit like that. It's the guy on the internet. He's getting real famous, and he's putting graphs on his website of who owns everything, and it's the same fucking people. Wise up. The only way that we can take control is to not give them our money. Spend your money at the local market, whatever money you have left. Grow a garden. Collect rainwater. Build a fucking generator. Take out a credit card to do it if you have to, and quit fucking paying the credit card. Because it's a joke. But get independent, people. It's a movement. And if they can't control us, walk away. Walk away from the system. I hate it. There's only a few places free in the world, and I'm in Alaska. And I'm not in everybody's bubble right now. I'm in my own, but I feel it because of this fucking app. I've only been on TikTok a week. This is my second fucking video, and I'm fired the fuck up, people. Wake up. Do the right thing. Fight the corporations who own our politicians. Do not let them divide us. We are the same thing. We're all people trying to be okay, trying to survive. We're not trying to be greedy. We're trying to work for an honest living. That's what we thought our whole lives that's what we were supposed to do. Exchange our time for money. We just don't want it taxed anymore, motherfucker. Okay? We want to be able to afford our bubble. And we'll go back in that fucking bubble when Gen X fixes this shit. I don't know what we got to do, but I'm on board. Thank you.
You know, over the years, even when I was coming up in Philly, there were always, a family struggling on the street. And I remember the times when my mother would go in the kitchen cabinet and give food to neighbors that didn't have food, or she would make something and give part of what she made to, like a mother and her children on the street. Or she had a friend, and her husband left and she had three kids. I remember her name was Pauline. And my mother would always give Pauline what she could, you know, to try to help her. So throughout our whole lives, we either knew people struggling, some of those people were in our families. Sometimes it might have been a friend or someone you knew directly or indirectly. But we always knew someone that was struggling. And the whole time our people have been struggling, these folks have been so unsympathetic. They would laugh. They would tell you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. They would let you know they don't feel sorry for you. All that, y'all. So now that they're shedding tears, we're supposed to feel a certain way? Really? We're supposed to. And I just love how now that they're struggling, we need to come together. We're all the same. You weren't saying that for the last several centuries up in here. You weren't saying that we were all the same. You didn't say none of that. But now, oh, why is it always about race? You you're full of hate. Get your ass out of here after y'all been doing this mess for centuries and still doing it. We can pull up videos right now of these people using the N word, still doing it. Your cops targeting us. We can pull this stuff up and watch it right now. And y'all laughed. Why didn't they cooperate? Comply? Very unsympathetic the entire time. But now, oh, we need to come together. Don't pay your bills. Don't do this. Don't give this system your money. No, no. When we were struggling, you didn't want to come together with us. No, no, I'm sorry to see you struggling, but these things got to occur to on you because you won't see the light any other way. We can't just tell you how bad it's been for us. So now the Most High is at the point he gonna show your butt what hard times are like and see y'all not ready for it. That's why you sitting on these videos crying because you're not ready for it. But it's coming whether you like it or not. Now, let's get to Donald Trump. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute myself and play this segment of Donald Trump after he got his conviction. You heard what Donald Trump said, right? Now, how long have we been complaining about this system? We get arrested for no reason other than you are walking down the street and you're black. We get pulled over when we should not be pulled over by cops. I've been saying for many years nobody should die during a traffic stop. And our people have been consistently told to get out of cars so that and the only reason why that cop wants you out of the car is so that he can accuse you of trying to do something to him, and that justifies him shooting you. We have been complaining about the whole court system. I have heard judges over the years saying they know they give us longer sentences. They're told to do it. I've heard this from more than one judge. They're told to give us the bigger sentences. Okay? How many times? Look what happened to a Tatiana Jefferson. A neighbor saw her door open in the middle of the night. So, this officer, his first initial reaction, instead of walking up to the front door and knocking to find out what's going on and if everybody in the house is okay, he gonna walk to the back of the house and shoot this woman through a window and not even announce himself. See, that's how we get treated. Donald Trump saw 34 convictions and he's still walking around out here free. So no matter how bad he think it is for him, Donald Trump got it easy in comparison to how we are treated up in these courts. They'll have no evidence on us and will still put you on death row with no evidence that you even committed a crime. You can literally just type in the word exoneration and you'll see the stories pop up on a regular basis. That's how much they have unfairly treated our people in that same court system. So when Donald Trump is whining, I'm sorry, I don't have the sympathy for him. I don't have it. I don't have the sympathy for Donald Trump. Okay? A black man, he don't commit a crime and he's in jail for decades. Donald Trump really did the mess and he got 34 convictions and he is still a free man walking around out here. And trust me, they're talking about Donald Trump going, Donald Trump probably will get house arrest. And even if he did go to jail, he ain't going to spend that kind of time in jail like a black man would for a much lesser crime. Okay, Donald Trump is a criminal. I never met any man in our community with 34 convictions. I never met such a person. Mm-mm-mm. So now let's get over here to the immigrants that have come in this country believing, they're going to have a better life. And, they come in this country calling black folk lazy from the border. It ain't so easy for them. I've been seeing an awful lot of them whining too. I saw up there in New York, the African immigrants were saying they're getting treated differently from the ones that come south of the border from South America. But what did you expect? You didn't know America's history? You come into the very place that have put my people through hell for centuries, and you think they were going to do better with you? They don't care. Them Africans are talking about how they're sleeping on the streets. And they're not getting the same treatment. They're getting treated totally different. Remember, you're in a color struck country. This is what they do. So let's hear from this illegal and listen to what he has to say about working and never having any money here in America. Well, you can go home. That's the something I'm going to tell you. You can go home. If you are struggling in America, because many of us have been in that situation forever, work and work. Look at how they did the sharecroppers. Look at how they did our people after slavery was over. They were still trying to put you in the convict lease program, lock you up for vagrancy, lock you up because you were unemployed, and then send you out there working on rail lines and working on white people's plantations and at their homes. And now they use mass incarceration to keep you enslaved. So now this dude comes over here, and I guess he thought the money was going to fall on him when he got across that border. And now look at him. Says he works all the time and never have any money. What can I do? Go home. Go home. See, everybody got to live good off of America. And I don't feel sorry for these illegals because, like I said, I done heard too many of them form their lips to say black people are lazy. Black people are lazy. I'm sorry. You never came from here. You don't live here. You don't know the history of this country, but you going to come across the border calling somebody lazy? I can't feel bad for you now. You keep your butt out there working and never have money. Serves you right. How you doing, Kid Gravity? Serves you right. I don't feel bad for you. Y'all come over here with attitude problems towards the black community. And now that you're here and I've heard this from a couple of them. They don't like it here. It's not what they thought. They don't have any money. They're working and working and don't have nothing. These people, let me tell you something about these colonizers. If they can get away with giving you a quarter an hour, that's what they would do. This is their whole legacy. And they've done this in countries all around the world, enslaved the people, colonized the place, and then try to give you little to nothing while they live high on the hog. It's been that way the entire time. Y'all come over here, you don't know anything about what has happened to the community that you're railing against. And if it wasn't for those forefathers of ours, our black forefathers, you wouldn't be here at all. They didn't want you folks from Mexico and Colombia and Venezuela. They didn't want y'all here. The only reason why you're here is they're really using you because their birth rate is low and they trying to get the numbers up. So if it wasn't for that, they still wouldn't want you here. But right now, their population in America is on a decline. So they're just using you until they don't need you no more, and then they'll just start kicking you to the curb. That's what these people do. They're users and abusers, and that's their whole legacy. They're not going to be different with you folks coming across the border. They may give you a little more here and there, but at the end of the day, they're looking for slave labor. That's what they're looking for, slave labor, and you're providing it. Thank you, Tempest 78, for the super sticker. These folks don't care about y'all. For some reason, you think so. Oh, I'm sorry, you gave a super chat. The chickens are coming home to roost for our enemies. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then Trump sitting there talking about the Constitution. Get the hell out of here with y'all little phony ass Constitution. You know, the Constitution is proof that you don't even think we're human. You still got in that Constitution and it never changed the fact that we're three-fifths of a human. And if anything, you fought to keep it that way. You have never fixed things. So when you form your lips talking about we're all the same, no, that can't be possible. Because in your Constitution, you said we're three-fifths of a human being, and you have never made any effort to get rid of that. So the fact that you never got rid of it tells me you believe that's true. You believe it's true. That's why you've left it there for centuries now, because you believe it is true. So, no, you don't get to come and cry because you're having troubles and then talk about we need to come together. I love how when we were struggling, you sat and laughed at us. But now you're struggling, and I notice a pattern out of their mouth. We need to come together. We're all the same. We're all people. No, you weren't talking like that before. Okay, now that it's your time to struggle, it's your time to fall. Now everybody need to come together. No, I'm not coming together with you because you did not do any of those things when it was us. Plain and simple. No, I don't. I look at their tears and it's like, oh, well, we cried. We were scared. We didn't have any kind of help or anyone to fall back on. A lot of times when bad times fell upon us, we just had to ride it out the best that we could. That's what we had to do in most instances. But now, when you're falling, oh, we need to come together. We're all people. Really? Really? I remember historically, y'all called us monkeys and still do. And we don't even have monkey DNA. Low IQ, stupid, you're all criminals and all. That's how you spoke to us. So I don't know why you would even look in our direction for help. But see, that's one thing I'm glad we have gotten on code. Where now, when they are going through their wars or going through some kind of issue or they're mad at the government, they can't reel us in. They can't reel us in. No. See, you've done too much. Now we're looking at it, it's like, wait a minute, why are we throwing all this support around you? But when we are falling apart, nobody comes to our aid. We're sorry, you're on your own now. You're on your own. And I'm glad we finally got it. We finally got it. Okay. Rocky Baltazar, thank you for the super sticker. Queen Lioness of Judah, thank you for the super sticker. And Zorai Lion, thank you for the super sticker. I think Zorai Lion, thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, we knew this was coming for them. We knew it. And all of these people piling in here, you're going to have to go home. You know why? Because you know what the immigrants got 10 years ago, you're not going to get now. You're not going to get now. You're going to, and many of you are going to turn around and go back over that border because you're not going to see any kind of profit from being in America. It might have been like that for a little while, but it's not like that anymore, not even for the immigrants. They used to be able to come over here, make money, keep part of their money, and send part of their money home. Now they're working and they can't even, they literally don't have any money. America will leave you like that in a minute. They don't care about you. But you're so busy hating on black people when you get across the border. And you don't even realize the people you're coming to work for, they don't care about you at all. They don't care about you. And it'll come out. That's one thing about them. They don't hide how they feel. It'll come out one way or another. You can best believe that. Okay. One of many ancestral incarnations. Thank you for the super sticker. Ya Jershel, thank you for the super sticker. The Prince of Paraphernalia, aka the Pop, thank you for the membership. Got my hair oil, Auntie. Oh, well, good. Mike C, Miss Lisa, tell them to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Amen. That's right. They got a lot of nerve looking upon the people that they kept their foot on all this time for sympathy. I tell you what, it takes a lot of nerve. I don't know why this thing is, I'm kind of buffering right now. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I just wanted to show you these few videos. I see, many of you have seen these before, and that's fine. Uh, hold on, y'all. All right, here we go. All right. So you've seen some of them. I don't know if you've seen all of them. Some of you might have, but it just goes to show you the times that we are in. The times we're in are not good for the Gentiles. It's not. And many of them are now admitting life is not the same for them. They are struggling. They're watching their children struggle, their grandchildren, and they're having financial problems they never had before. Yeah, because you had so many unearned advantages. You didn't have to worry about those things because in this society, they would underpay us and overpay each other. You have the same skill that they have, but they get top dollar and you don't. That's how they've been running the system the entire time. But their time to shine is coming to an end. Plain and simple. How you doing, KD? And no matter how much they're talking about a reset, there is no reset coming for these people. There is no reset coming. So, y'all, thank you so much for being here. and we'll come together again on a different topic. Shalom, family.